Welcome to the Pretty Confident Podcast, where we embrace authenticity, own our worth, and build unshakable confidence. I'm your host, Sierra Renee, so let's dive in. What's up, you guys, and welcome back to yet another episode. Thank you so much for tuning in and coming back for more. If you are an OG or a returning listener, my new listeners, my new people tuning into the YouTube, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity, and just however long this episode is, if you stay to the end, thank you so much for giving me your time and your ears, and I hope that you love the aesthetic. Oh my goodness, you guys, I am batch creating, so if you see multiple videos of me in the same thing, do not judge. Do not judge. I am batch creating. I am making sure I am setting myself up for success and not rushing to record, edit, and post for you guys. So that is what I am doing. Thank you for tuning in, you guys. How are you all doing? How's your week going? How's your month going? How's your day going? I hope everything is going well for you. Y'all, we are ripping and running through this month. I feel like towards the end of the year, it has started to really pick up the pace. Like, August got going so quick, you would have thought that somebody was chasing her down. She was in and out so fast, but In-N-Out Burger, which I cannot wait to try that once that open up here on Medical Center. If you don't live in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, this is one of the fastest growing cities that I really feel like I've been witnessing. Like, I've lived here since 2020, and there has been so much boom, business, all of the things. And I really love being out here. My fiance and I are trying to scout out like cities and areas that we would want to live and buy our first home. And I just don't think I can tear myself away from Murfreesboro. My parents really want us to come to Columbia. Obviously, they want us close to them, but I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I'm not going back to like where I grew up from. Like, after my parents got married and they moved up here, I'm not going back to Antioch. I'm not going. No. If you got something to say about Antioch, if you think I should be canceled about it, I don't know. I don't care. I just can't. Everything that I see, like, yes, there's crime everywhere, but I just feel like majority of the crime was there, and I just had a bad experience living there, so I'd rather not go back. Whatsoever. But yes, how are you guys doing? I love that you guys are here, and if you are new here, where did you see me that made you tune in? What made you tune in? Did you see me on Instagram? Did you see one of my little snippets? Did you see me on TikTok? Where else? Did you just see me in like the library of your Spotify, Amazon Music, or iHeartRadio? Or did I randomly pop up on like your For You page, or like your For You videos or something? What do they call that on YouTube? Whatever. Did I pop up there? Where did I pop up? Where did you see me? Comment down below so I know. And on that part, while y'all are down there commenting, tell me what you guys want to gain confidence in. What do you guys want to hear about on this channel? I talk about all things gaining your confidence, being your unique self, showing up in spaces unapologetically, and yeah, like, just being yourself through and through without feeling the need to mask yourself or put on a charade for anybody else. If you are not being yourself, why is that? Where do you feel like you are not confident? Where do you feel like you're not showing up as your best self because you feel like there's a limiter on how great you can be? Where? I want to know. I want to talk about experiences that you guys may want to hear about. And if I can attest to it, then I will definitely speak on things that I have dealt with. But I always go based on things that I'm currently going through, that I have made it through, or that I see myself going through in the future. And just me trying to prepare myself for it. But I still want to know for you guys' hands, thoughts, whatever. What do you guys want to hear from me, or advice that you want from me? Comment down below, whether that's on my YouTube. I know Spotify, you can comment things. Oh yeah, and if you're on the audio platforms, make sure y'all rate me, because I believe you can rate this channel on Spotify, so go do that. 5 stars. All right, so we're gonna jump right into this video because I have been on a roll with batch creating today, and just recently, honestly. So I don't. I think this may be like a touchy subject for people, but I really want to know y'all's opinion. There are going to be times where I am posing questions to the audience so that I could gauge what you guys think, but I'm going to give you guys what I think as I'm asking the question and going through the topic. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about people staying together for the sake of their kids. Like if you're in a relationship, whether you're boyfriend, girlfriend, fiance, mom, dad, mom, wife, I mean not mom, wife, wife, husband, if you guys feel adrift in you all's relationship and you think you've tried everything that you could, you guys are just in different places in different seasons, but you guys are only going to stay together for the sake of the kids. Do you feel like that's right? Do you feel like people should stay together to not create a broken home? But in turn, isn't that just creating an internal broken home? Because the kids are going to see that animosity. Kids are going to feel the shift in, their surroundings when both of you guys are in the same room, but y'all both hate each other. Are you guys staying in a relationship or a marriage for the sake of your kids, no matter how old they are? Because I know some people, they'll go like a few years being together, or as they're raising a child, they'll like lose themselves and just not like each other, not want to be each other, hate each other's guts, and then by the time the kid grows up and move out, then that's when they want to get divorced and everything. I personally don't feel the need to stay in a relationship if you don't love that person anymore. If you don't love that person anymore, regardless if the kids are there or not, I will always encourage somebody to leave. I myself do not want to be stuck in an unhappy relationship, unhappy marriage for the sake of my kids, because at that point, the only thing my kids are going to take from that situation, from that circumstance, is that, oh, even if I don't love this person, because I have children with them, I have to stay with them, instead of prioritizing my happiness and my well-being and my mental sanity. Go find myself either love within myself, or find myself love within somebody else after I know that I love and know myself. Because I've told you guys before, my granddad used to say, or he still says to this day, how can you love somebody else if you don't love yourself? If you don't love yourself, you don't have love to give. Because if you didn't take time, he didn't say all this, but to me, if you didn't take time to love and truly know yourself, what makes you think, or what makes another person think that you will take time to love and get to know them? You didn't even take time to love and get to know yourself. So what love and, time would you have to give to somebody else if you didn't have time to give that to yourself? But regardless of the fact, I just don't believe in being unhappy for an unreasonable unreasonable reasons or points. And so I'm not saying that kids are unreasonable points, but I'm just saying I'd rather show my child that if you are not valued, if you are not loved, if you do not love that person, you are not obligated to stay in a relationship that no longer serves you, your purpose, and you guys' purpose as a union, as a collective, at all. So if my child doesn't feel uh worthy, or if my child doesn't feel loved, trusted, like that trust goes both ways, if they don't feel any of that, safe, all of the things, I do not want them to stay in that relationship, because you are staying out of obligation and not because it truly makes you happy. And out of all these years in this life that we have, I know time is limited for everybody, so it may be shorter for some, longer for others. Out of all the time that we have in this world, I'd rather spend a majority of my time being happy than suffering because of children. I want to show my children, I want to lead by example, that if I am not loved, taken care of, or spoken into, if I'm not getting that here, I will gladly go get it somewhere else. Or if this relationship is toxic, manipulative, any of those things, I'm going to go somewhere else. But I feel like you lead by example from all of these reality TV shows and dating shows or whatever. Whenever they bring up, oh, well, what was, love, how was love expressed or shown in your childhood? How was that shown in your household growing up? People remember, kids will remember what it looked like and how it felt to be loved or to have lack thereof love in a household. So I feel like if you're staying there out of obligation to them, they're going to see that, oh, mom and dad are never in the same room. And when they are in the same room, the tensions are high because you can feel energy. Kids can feel that too. Okay. So if they can tell that you guys are never in the same room, you guys don't talk if you are in the same room, the tension and the atmosphere just feels heavy when you guys are in the same room, and you guys don't talk to each other or show each other any type of affection, they are going to remember that, and they are going to compute that to their love brain, thinking that, oh, okay, so this is how love is shown. Or maybe that's not what love is, but now I don't know what love is, what that looks like. And so now I feel like I have a setback in life if I do try to go find my partner. How will I show them love? That is where that's going to come from. I was never shown love when I was little, because regardless of what you guys feel for each other, that anger, that resentment is going to eventually show in your kids. It's going to reflect. You're going to reflect that energy back to your kids at some point. And so I just feel like, to me, I'd rather leave, because I am setting the example. Just like I said, I am setting the example that if I'm not getting what I need, if my needs are not being met in a relationship, I don't have to stay. I can go find somebody else. Because why would I want to stay in a relationship where I don't feel loved? This person doesn't love me. And now at this point, if we resent each other, how can I trust to sleep with you at night? How can I trust to be in the same house with you at night? No, I am not going to be teaching my kids that. I don't want to teach anybody's kids that. And I don't want to be a sucker for myself. Like, it's just like, well, did you feel like you weren't deserving of better? Like, did you think that you were only deserving of the limitations of somebody else's efforts? Like, I just don't understand. And so I feel like my friend and I my best friend and I had this conversation, and I was like, girl, this person that you're talking about is literally going to be showing her children, if things are not going in a way that both of them should want it to, that they are obligated to stay because of the children. No, no, thank you. No, thank you. I'm not going to be doing that. So I just wanted to bring it to you all. What do you feel like? Do you feel like it's better to stay with your partner if you guys have kids for the sake of the kids? Or do you feel like you'd separate, you'd leave and go figure out where your happiness and where your love is supposed to go? So I just want to get to know you guys' ideas, but for me, that's a non-negotiable for me. So I'm not staying together with nobody that does not make me happy, because I am going to be in a constant state of fight or flight in every situation, because I don't get you anymore. I don't love this version of you. I don't know who this is. I've started to resent you. I don't want to know who you are at this point. And so if I have to constantly be in a negative energy, in a negative house of energy, in a house full of negative energy, that's going to deplete who I am and who I show up as in other areas of my life. And I'd rather that not. Y'all know what I say. When something goes wrong, or if something is off in another sector of your life, it is going to show up in some way, shape, or form somewhere else as well. And so if I am upset in my relationship, I am not happy with who I am and where I am and who I am with, that is going to probably reflect in other relationships that I have, whether that's with my friends, whether that's with my family. I am going to give off some type of negative energy and be some type of negative Nancy, because I am a prisoner to my own decisions, and I'd rather not be that. I'm going to set myself free. I am going to open the door and walk out the door if and when I need to. And so just because you have kids, and just because you don't want to be looked at as the negative, the negative or the bad co-parenting, or the bad household, or the bad, marriage or whatever, just because you don't want to be looked at that as the failed marriage or whatever, you can have a failed marriage. I tell you guys over and over, failure is not it all be all. That is literally just learning the lessons to go with your next plan. You know what don't work with this person. So now take what you've learned in that relationship, take what you've learned in that scenario and apply it to the next person, apply it to the next, situation or relationship that you go in. I'm not saying condemn the next person to who this person was, because a lot of people will do that. A lot of people will get out of bad relationships, and because that person that they were with was bad, they didn't do the proper healing before they went to go and get in these other relationships, and now they are placing blame and trying to what is that foreshadow what's going to happen in the relationship based off who this other person was. You don't know what this person is capable of. You don't know the capacity of love this person is capable of showing you. But because you had such a bad experience with your ex, whatever, you are now condemning the next person to their actions. If you don't do the proper healing, your children will see that. Instead of staying in a negative relationship, instead of staying in a poor, bad relationship for the sake of the kids, find your happiness somewhere else, whether that's by yourself while you are healing and trying to figure out the next step for you, or whether you feel like you've done the healing, whether you're going to therapy and now you're ready to take the next step into a new relationship, into the dating world. For the sake of your kids, find your happiness. Don't find that you need to be in your piss poor relationship for the sake of the kid. Oh, I don't want to, break up the home. The home is already broken when you guys were not a union and being together to show the kids what true love is, what a household should look like, what a household should feel like. Because when the household is filled with laughter and love, the kid will exude that. They will be set up better in life. But a kid that is experiencing negative and hostile energy in situations, they are going to feel that, and their emotions are the first thing to go. Their behavior is the first thing to notice. Y'all see in those movies, or you guys know, oh, when they're acting up or acting out at school or wherever, at practice and sports, is because that they're not getting enough attention at home. The parents are arguing and fighting constantly. For the sake of my kids, I'm going to leave and heal first, go to therapy if needed, and then find my happiness, whatever that looks like. Me by myself for the rest of the time until I die, or finding a new partner. But it should not be contingent. Your happiness should not be swayed with this person because of your kids. It should be because of your kids you want to do better. It should be because of your kids you want to find better. It should be because of your kids you want to show them what true love actually looks like, regardless if that's just you or with somebody else. So that is what I wanted to talk about with you guys today. I love showing up on this platform, showing up for my podcast, y'all. It has just been so just great, like a great feeling. Like I was talking to somebody at work and telling him like what I wanted to do for with my marketing degree, because he has his marketing degree, so definitely wanted to connect and network on that front. And then just went into the whole social media stuff and told him that I had my podcast. And he was like, you know what? You have a podcast? I was like, yeah. He said, I can actually see that. It feels good to not only thrive in my purpose, but other people be able to see and just be able to testify like, that is a good, avenue for you. So I don't know where this podcast is going to go, but to me, I feel like it's going to reach the height of the moon. And if it doesn't, that is okay to me, because I am intentional with what I want to do and I truly want to be here, not for what I will get out of it, but because of how it makes me feel. Having these conversations outwardly that I feel like most 25-year-olds or people in their 20s regardless are not having is the conversations that I want to bring to the platform to make you feel comfortable discussing it with me, and making sure you feel comfortable to raise the conversation up with people that you love and care about and that you talk to on a daily basis, because I feel like that is how you're going to truly build bonds and know who you're compatible with and who you actually enjoy having in your circle, is having these deep raw dog conversations. Okay, so I love you guys. You guys know that I have loved this episode. I've loved the past few episodes. So I Hope that you guys took something from this. I hope you guys are not staying somewhere because you feel like the child is better off in your arms or in a household with somebody that you don't love or appreciate, and they don't love and appreciate you. Go out there and find your happiness. If not for yourself, for the sake of your kids, okay? I love you guys. I will see you guys in the next episode. Peace. Thank you for tuning in to the Pretty Confident Podcast. Remember, confidence isn't about perfection, it's about embracing who you truly are. So until next time, stay bold, stay authentic, and stay pretty confident. Peace out.